We're heading to Missoula, the Blaze. It's KC.
Greetings from Montana, Corey. Can you guys hear me?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Looking forward to hearing more of the new album and everything. I know you got a lot of irons in the fire with, quarantine, trying to keep your mind going.
Yeah.
How's the taco truck going?
Taco truck's cool. Actually, me and the wife were talking about, like, kind of picking that back up. The funny thing is literally right before the shutdown happened, we were supposed to jump on a plane and fly to Atlanta for a meeting with her friend who's a chef to put together the menu, to really hammer out the menu. Like, we got the logo done, we got everything figured out, we figured out what we wanted to do. So it was time for the fun part, to go down and sit down and start eating stuff, and it all of a sudden done, negative, God went, nope, your flight is canceled and you're not doing any of that stuff. So it was but that's still something that I definitely want to do. And like I said in the past, it's something that's less about the focus of it being plant-based and more of it being something just really cool and good, because I don't know if you guys have noticed my fluctuating weight, but I'm a fan of food, and I like stuff that tastes good. So it's that's what it's important. That's what's important to me. Alexa, shut up! You hear that? I don't know what.
I'm arguing with Alexa all
You
the time.
hearing this? I didn't even say anything. Alexa, stop!
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth while I'm talking to you. All right. Anyway.
All right, we'll move on. Like, what other iron you got in the fire? I know you're making the albums, the solo albums. You're having a lot of fun with that. Are you going to do any more comic / albums like House of Golden Bones?
That's a good question, man. I'm actually kind of branching out from that because I was thinking about doing just my own comic, period, for a while. But then I realized that I wanted to kind of skip that and just go right to writing scripts for movies. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I've got about 6 or 7 scripts, actually. 6 finished and a 7th one that I'm finishing right now. And I'm hoping to break ground on my first movie in the next couple months, actually. I'm really starting to kind of move on that. And
Were you going to do House of Golden Bones in a movie? I heard there was talks of that.
There was talk about it, and it's something that I actually might kind of come back to. I don't want the reason I've kind of haven't really made that a priority is because it feels like too many years have gone by, but then again, maybe after a while it'll make more sense to kind of roll back to it. But right now I'm kind of going with the focus of where I'm at, which is more of like horror comedy.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, and you're looking great with the championship belt on your shoulder in CMFT. If you had to make on your wrestling career, what would be your wrestling name? I know mine would be Sirloin. I'd be like a knight character.
Sirloin. Sirloin of beef. Yeah. It doesn't get weirder than CMFT, really, So, but I talk to Jericho about this all the time because he and I text, and I always told him that if I had a finisher, I would bring back the back rake. That would be. It's like, oh, we're waiting for that devastating back rake. There's no way he's coming out from that. Get just make people tap by just constantly back raking. It's so stupid.
Well, let's try this one again. I keep seeing your screen pop up, Lisa. Oh my gosh, there you actually are.
Hey, I am here now.
Success! Yeah.
I know. I'm really computer literate, I can tell. I wanted to ask some questions. So I love the video for CMFT, but it looks like it's kind of a mix of pre-pandemic and post-pandemic. Did you film the entire thing during the COVID thing? Or, because obviously all of the different cameos that we got, they did at their houses or on a farm or something. Right. So, what kind of problems did you face having to film a music video in that situation?
We didn't really have any problems. It all came down to restrictions and working with, the ordinances and whatnot. We waited until everything had kind of opened up, kind of the same way we made the album. We waited until everything opened up, And then everybody on the crew and everybody in the band and the Cherry Bombs, we all quarantined for 2 weeks to make sure that we didn't have any, and then everybody on the crew wore masks. We wore them right up until filming and then took them off. We made sure that we did it smart. Like, we didn't want, our video to become the epicenter for something.
What about for Tech Nine and Kid Bookie? Because they also did theirs, and it looked like they did it at different locations.
Yeah, Bookie did his in London, in his section of London. And then Tech did his in KC, which is one of the reasons why I wanted their locations to be centric to who they were, but at the same time represent their city, And it was cool. Bookie went out of his way to make sure that it wasn't the standard J11 video in London, here's Trafalgar Square and here's the whatever. It was cool, So and then Tech, kind of putting the city in the background when he's on the parking structure. I thought that was really cool.
Right.
So we wanted it to be a celebration of not only who we are and where we come from, but just of really showing a different side of stuff, which is kind of what I did with our side.
Right. So you and Kid actually hooked up on Twitter, and that's how you kind of started the collab. What made you want to give him a chance in the first place? Because, he hit you up and said, hey, I want to work with you. And you actually answered and said yes. So what made you want to say yes?
His music, actually. I checked some of it out, and I was just like, this is really, his flow is so smooth. And I love his delivery as well, because you can hear his accent in it, Which so cool. Because everybody who listens to it is like, wait, is he British? He's British?
Yeah. That's what I did too. I was like, what? I'm going to Google it.
Really, that was really what it was, man. So he and I exchanged emails, and he hit me up. And the cool thing about what Bookie did was he sent me 4 tracks and was like, which one are you feeling? And I was like, and nobody had ever done that before, they were he was like, check, which one are you feeling? And Stuck in My Ways was the one that really popped out to me. So we just basically kind of redid that and just jumped it up. And it came out really, really dope.
Cool. And so obviously in the video and in all the promo photos, we see you with the belt. Who created that for you? What was the inspiration behind it? And we have some listeners that want to know, are you going to sell it in the future?
No, I actually had it made. I paid for it myself, and it was something that I was just going to have made anyway. And then as soon as I got it, I realized I was like, this would look dope on the cover of the album. This would look really, really cool. And it just really kind of took on a life of its own, man. And I can neither confirm nor deny that I've walked around my house with it over my shoulder. And then I've held it in front of my kids, and they just go, look, we're just trying to have breakfast. Can you But no, I'm not going to sell it, but I'm thinking about making having some copies made of it and then signing them and then auctioning them for charity.
Nice. Like they do for WWE.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the song really does sound like a theme song. So, I mean, the real question, I can totally see Triple H grabbing it for NXT. But the question is, who would it go to, WWE or AEW? Who would you let use the song?
You can't do that to me, man.
It's an honest question.
My way out of a gig.
That'd be amazing. All of a sudden, we just see Jericho go after you.
Well, Lisa, it's already been taken. It's already been confiscated.
You just
right there.
Oh, I love it.
Come and get it, Corey. You want to come and get it.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No worries, guys.